Okay, well, we've softened this, and I didn't want this quite as dark. When I got into it and started to break it up, I thought, yeah, I don't want so much important stuff down here. So I'm continuing with that idea. Keeping it a little bit lighter as we get down to the bottom here. Just fading off, I'm just using some colors here. Some lighter colors. I've got a bit of a hodgepodge of colors going on, but they all fit within the theme of the painting, so that's all that matters, really. And, well, the idea that they stay cool, because even though they're not really low value, color-wise they need to appear to be a little bit colder. Okay, that means I'm going to touch this with a bit of cobalt blue. That's better. Yeah, and I may as well just add a little bit of burnt sienna because I think I might be getting a little bit too cold. Or a little bit too green as well, actually. Some yellow ochre, and we'll have just a little bit. I'm going to warm it up just a little bit here. Excuse me. Mix a little bit of white in there. Keep that tapestry look flowing throughout the painting. Okay. There, this has become less important now. One of my subscribers, Bob, you had mentioned when you referred to this painting as, or you likened it to a waterfall of color. I like that. I like that notion. I like that description of it. Because I wanted to get rid of this dark foreground. I wanted just a graduation of values and colors from the top to the bottom, strengthened with the vertical shots here. Okay, I need a little more. Of a little more yellow ochre and a bit of burnt sienna. I don't mind if that light goes right off the painting. Almost. Okay. And I think even here, I'm going to put just a bit of light catching below the trunk. Okay, and a little bit of alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue, and a hint of white, and we have mud. But it's a purplish mud, so you know we'll let it set. That's a little too light. No, that's a little too dark. I'm beginning to fight myself again, going against this dropping off feeling. It's just kind of, if that's too dark, it becomes too much of a mass, a dark mass. And I like this interesting shape here, but I think I'm going to have to do away with it. Kind of a pity when you're painting, you see something that you really like and you think turned out well and is effective. And then when you have a serious look at it, you realize it's just in the wrong place. So it has to go. It just has to go. Now I do want to indicate that it's a bit shady on that side of the trunk, so we're going to have to put something in. Just not as strong as what we first had, that's all. Okay, maybe we'll call that good, or you know, okay. And seeing as this is Impressionism, we'll get away with it. Oh, playing and playing and playing, you know? Okay, stop it. So seeing as I've taken this out of the shadow, I think I need to lay in a stroke of light on this trunk right to the bottom, or almost to the bottom. So let's do that. Let's just go back to our, just give the palette a wipe here. And go back to our ultramarine blue with a touch of burnt sienna, just so it doesn't look too clean. I might be a little bit light here, but we'll see. I think I'm going to consider that to be okay. But let's do the same over here. Okay, that's all right. Now just some very small touches. The bottom of this trunk. Bit dark. All right. Now, dare I to put in a little hint of light? A little higher value? In places? Yep, think that's okay. Nothing too crazy, just make them a little bit more interesting, that's all. Okay, now let's drop this so I can have a closer look at the top. Lay a little bit of color on that branch. Just going to grab some straight yellow ochre here. And no, straight yellow ochre and a little bit of cad yellow pale and a little bit of burnt sienna. I don't like this and this. They're too aligned with each other, and it's really not doing it for me. So let's get rid of that. There are so many little places, where I could take the knife and touch it and touch it and touch it. And if I did that, then, eventually this painting dies on its feet because it loses its oomph, its general feel of looseness. Okay, I think that might be all I need to do to the branches, except for right there. And there. Okay, so one more thing in the distant bush here that I'm looking at is taking some cad orange medium. Or just cad orange, it says on the tube actually. Maybe it's not just for the distance. Maybe that's for a few places here. Let me test it here. maybe just giving some hints of it. I'm going to add some white to it to knock the chroma down. Yes, the value will go up, but it won't be quite as intense. I don't want that much intensity everywhere. Oh, maybe that's too intense. Okay, let's go up here. Let's just do more what I was planning on doing. Let's put in maybe a shot of it there, maybe a shot of it there as well, just to give an indication of this distant hill, separating that hill from the bush that is partly behind it, partly on top of it. Okay. Whoops, that's a little much. That's a little much. Okay, now that I've done that, I want to add a little bit of yellow ochre to it. And a hint of burnt sienna. We're still working with fairly high values, but I'd like to spread those values out a little bit. A little dab here, a little dab there. That's kind of two-toned down there. Let's up the value on that. Okay. There, I like that. Have a little bit of life here as well. Okay. That's quite strong, that red. How about if we I'm just going to try this. Put a little bit of quinacridone magenta on here, and that's a very intense pink. So we add just a touch of white to it. And let's see if it's too far out of tone, too far out of tune for the painting. We lean into the purples a little bit with that color, so let's just put it sort of in here somewhere. I'm going to put a little more white on there. It's a little bit flat. No, not enough. Keep trying. Keep trying, and don't overmix. Okay, just hints of variety. I'm going to throw a little bit of ultramarine blue in there with it. Okay, well that brings up the shock value, all right. And should I give it a little stroke at the bottom as well? I think that's not a bad idea. So we have this sort of thing going on, wandering down. This might be a little on the strong side. Okay, let me just... Okay, I've popped you off the tripod now, because I think that except for a signature, it's ready to come upstairs and live. And see if I can see any disastrous, what I consider to be mistakes in it. And I don't think that there will be, from what I can tell at the moment. Another mess up close. Okay. Yeah, I like that, you know. Bit of yellow, bit of orange, bit of red. Bit of quinacridone magenta mixed and mixed with a little bit of ultramarine blue as well. It makes it a slightly different purple. A little bit of a cleaner one. So, you know, I use it very sparingly then, just to give it a bit of a glint. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's a done deal. I need to go and see if my large canvas has come in yet. It must be coming soon. And if not, I'll have to grab another small one. Talk to you soon.